What is up, my dudes? We're live. What is up, my Deuterino Cappuccino Pappuccinos? Welcome to SNI Sunday Night Incel. Let's see how many people we got in here. One person. All right, we got one person watching. What is up, my dude? Literally one dude. Shout out to the Cope Gang for being in here, being involved, being active. Shout out to the Mystery Gang for being in here, doing their thing, solving the mysteries. Oh boy, got home. I'm up, ready to show some memes today since I got my computer. Let's do this shit. Sup, Mystery? Sup, Genitals Clutch? Sup, Ricardo? Sup, Jack? I had an article I wanted to read, but apparently I can't read it because it's like paywalled, so I don't want to like fucking pay for the fucking article. Wish I could find it. I guess I could pay for it. The comment section's pretty interesting for the article. Face and LMS is back. Live stream at 10 p.m. UK time. Yeah, I saw that. You haven't streamed in like literally like what, 3 months, 4 months now? It's been a while. I feel like it's been a long time. Definitely expect him to poach a lot of viewers, so I might even stop the stream when he streams. Might as well. I think he starting at 5, so this might be a short one today, but it is what it is. I might just try to stream through it. Who knows? Who knows how many people might actually stay. I'd be in the club, shoddy filled with the slugs. Oh my god. Let me link to article, or at least the heading. I'm gonna show the article on stream, or on the stream. It's just I can't. I might pay for it. I don't know. I might actually pay for this. It might actually be worth reading. I had to get my credit card out. It's like $3 a month, and it's a 1 month free. So I can just cancel after 1 month. Start digital. My god, do I want to pay for this? I don't know, dude. Jesus Christ. I feel like I had an article that was like that showed me the whole damn thing. No one's gonna leave till 9:45 or so. You'll be fine. I think he was streaming at like 5 today for our time. I don't know. Is he really streaming that late? Telegraph. It's on Telegraph. That's the one where I found the article at. I thought when I sent this link, it was like literally had like a Let me see if I can find this real quick before I start really getting deep to the stream. Read my earlier comment. Sup. Mystery School, I did that. What earlier comment? What are you talking about? What is good, Black Earth? Something I did. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. On Twitter too. I don't have a Twitter though. Yeah, I guess I don't have a Twitter, so I guess I don't have to worry about being doxxed here, which is nice. They have definitely kind of pointed out some various things here. Yeah, I don't think I'll read the Twitter, and I'll read the Face is gonna stream, boy. Yeah, I saw that shit, dude. Can't wait. Let me before I share memes today, I'm gonna share the screen. We got 12 people in here. I got enough people to start doing sharing the screen. Share screen, share screen, share screen 2, share. Can you guys see this? Here we are. University students aren't having sex. and parents don't know whether to be relieved or worried. The current cohort of university students is having far less sex than the parents' generation, and it's not because of the pandemic. I can link the article, but there's a lot of comments down here. I'm just going to read this right here. Young women don't need the male approval to get their self-esteem as they did in the past, says one parent. Dang. You get like some black pill straight from that shit right there. Holy shit. You basically put, hold on. You basically put the article URL at the end of the outline doc. Wait, hold on. Is your top chat? Let me go to all chat, live chat. The reason why I can't see your first comment here? Huh. Hold on, let me try this real quick. Let me, would this work? No, it's not gonna work. But that did work. That's weird how if you go back. Oh, it worked. Holy shit, I can read the whole article now. Well, that didn't work, but this works. Somehow if you use the outline button, this works. Holy shit. Oh shit, this is like really fucking sad. I feel like I feel like I'm going around something here. Okay, I can read the article now, boyos. All right, let's do it. Let's rock and roll, boyos. If you push this button up here, it takes you straight out and then it shows you the whole article. It's so weird. By Helena Pozniak, 29th of April, 2021, 9:30 a.m. It's not like the old days. Students aren't having sex. Well, some are, but not nearly as many as you might think. And if you're wondering why, it's not because COVID has kept thousands of them away from the campus over the past 12 months. The truth, according to a new report, sex and relationships among students, is that they don't want to have sex particularly. Nearly 6 in 10, 58%, say making friends at university is more important than finding a sexual partner. Just 16% declared themselves excited at the prospect of having sex when they became students, and male students are less sexually active than their female counterparts, with just over a third, 34%, saying they've had sex during their time at university, compared to nearly half, 47% of women, and more than 1 in 10, 11%, say they are celibate because they want to be. Men are more likely than women to report they've had more sexual partners, and nearly 1 in 10 of 1 in 10 of sexual encounters occurred during university welcome weeks. Wow. And this is important, if not least, to dispel FOMO, fear of missing out, amongst today's students, says Nick Hillman, director of HEPI, High Education Policy Unit, which conducted the survey among some 1,000 undergraduates last summer. It's a pretty small sample size, but hey, this is good data, right? It's hard to enjoy yourself when you feel everyone else is having a better time. People have very inaccurate perceptions of others' lives, especially in relation to sex. Yeah, I believe that shit for very hardly, actually. This is really good point here. Social media, everything else, it really inflates people's lives to make them look better than what they really are, says Hillman. We don't get better at this either. Previous research found that people believe women might have had 17 sexual partners by the time they reach their 40s or 50s. In fact, that true number is 8. That's not much better, really. And here's another overblown story, says Hellman. Newspapers love salacious headlines about students taking to sex work to make ends meet, but self-selecting internet polls can provide an accurate picture of what student life is really like, he says, and it's a lot less exciting than we are led to believe. The problem with surveys like this, though, is that they're all self-declared, self-declared, basically. So it's like a self-survey. So you're basically asking somebody who could lie to you and say, hey, you might have this bad data here. So you never quite know if someone's really telling you the truth or not. That's the problem with these types of surveys. Given the evidence about many students' poor mental health and the high incidence of loneliness, it's important to build a more nuanced picture about how students really live, he says. Students have been accused of most things over the years: being lazy, having 3-year knees up, binge drinking, drug taking, and most recently of being overly woke and sanctimonious. This is the fault of baked-in beliefs, says one media lecturer at a London university, created by the days of grants and no debt, new sexual freedoms, and the relative certainty that a job would turn up. I would say that student sex lives is a baby boomer obsession, and quite a male one, she says. The pill, easy access to abortion, was the game changer for a whole generation, and that did shift everything for students. Today's universities are more sober and circumspect. Excessive student drinking is abating. The past year has been a social washout for many. And even in a normal year, It's the libraries rather than the bars that stay open at night, all night. If students have any free time, says the lecturer, many spend it earning cash rather than having sex. His students, undergraduates and postgraduates, tend to be more worried about homesickness, juggling jobs or study, or whether they are going to have a successful career. Sex is just not top of their radar. Let me read the comments here real quick. Hold on. Is it just me, or when you're not in the mood, you can post a link in the chat, just as I did that day with the article until women will argue about how they are better than you. I have to have it happen. The intellectual vanguard of asexual society, shaking my head. Work for Facebook and make a difference, bro. All right. A focus, the wild side of university life as a narrative peculiar to the UK. As a nation, we are unusual in using university as a way to leave home and grow up. In other countries, students mostly live at home while they study. A passion killer if there ever was one. It's cultural, says Dr. Sarah Nicholson, a retired NHS psychiatrist. British nationals still think of university as an opportunity to find their way and experiment, a much broader experience than just going to study. But sexual mores have shifted, she says, and men are scared about getting consent wrong. At some universities, it's compulsory to attend training about consent and coercion. That's really fucking sad. I get it, but it's fucking sad because like you really have taken these men and you've like castrated them to some extent because like the old, and you could argue that some of the old ways of like seduction are really, really weird, toxic, and like old style and kind of creepy. But like you haven't given them anything new to go off of. So like basically you've taken the old instruction set and said, okay, this doesn't work anymore. This is bullshit. Okay, don't do it anymore. Don't drink with girls. Don't have sex when they're drunk. Don't coerce them. Don't use game tactics. Don't do these weird things to women. But then you've taken all that, you've thrown it away, and now you haven't given them any new tools to work with. It's like you have a hammer and you say, okay, you can't use a hammer anymore, so you just throw it away and say, okay, now use your fucking hand now. It's like, okay, well, you can't. Like the tool, you need a tool for the job, and you haven't given them any new tools to use. And only just over a quarter of undergraduates say that what they learned in their lives before university actually prepared them for sexual relationships when they got there. Yeah, I think this is going to be a huge problem in the future. Actually, I think there's so many kids, women and men, who are fucking totally like socially inept because they lived their entire life on the fucking internet. They have no clue how to interact with people in the real world. I just think that like people are so socially stunted now. They're leaving high school like so socially stunted. They have no clue how to talk to people. In the old days, fuck. Sorry about that. Let me mute my phone. In the old days, you knew the rules. That's what I was explaining earlier. You knew the rules. You knew what was going to happen. You knew how to. It's like a lawyer. He knows to submit this paperwork to get this job done, and then he knows that the other lawyer is going to do this, so then you do this, and you do this. Like it's a step-by-step process, and when you know the rules and the rules of engagement and how to actually do stuff, you know exactly what to do. Okay, when she does this, I do this. When she does that, I do this, and then we do something, and then something happens. Like okay, generally something happens. Like. But at the end of the day, like we've taken the rule book and we've thrown out the window and you said, okay, make up something new. And it's like, okay, but like those rules exist for a reason. And sometimes they work. Like I think that we throw out the baby with the bathwater on this one here for sure. In the old days, you knew the rules, says Nicholson. It was the man's responsibility to make the first move. Yeah. For girls, it was much how much flirting you could do without ending up in bed. And for boys, how little flirting you could get away with before ending up in bed. Boys in our generation weren't shocked if you said no, but they did know on the first dates you could be as optimistic as you liked, but you weren't getting anywhere. Yeah. Maybe technology has replaced the flirting, she says. 4 in 10 students say they've sexted a partner, mostly sending naked pictures of themselves, while a few have made use of video software to have sex. Okay, that's weird. Just like OnlyFans shit? Are we talking about like using video sex? Like what, like campsites or what? I don't know. And that could never happen in the old days. You couldn't talk dirty on a payphone in a corridor. While education around consent is essential, said Nicholson, it's up to the peer groups to work out new norms as they meet and mix. Only the pandemic has lifted this. But you don't want the previous generation telling you what the moral code is. That's very much for your own peer group to work out. For parents, it's hard to know whether to be relieved that one's young children aren't having sex at university, or worried that they aren't having enough fun, or that no intimate relationships could mean they are lonely. Yeah, like I think these parents are, especially the ones in the latter here. It's true. Like in theory, you should be finding somebody to like hook up with, or at least live your life with, and in college, or at least in high school, depending on how depending on what's going to happen to you. But this isn't happening now. So like, you have people who like they graduate college, they graduate high school, and they have nobody to like spend their life with. So like, what do you do next? Okay, well, you work your dead end job, you work your entry level job, you get burnt the fuck out, and you have no one to spend your life with. You have no one to like do stuff with. You have no one to hang out with. You have no real friends. All your friends are on the internet. Who do you hang out with? Who do you do stuff with? Who do you confide in? Who do you share your life with? You don't have that, because like, what do you do? Like, if the women aren't interested and the men aren't approaching you, at the end of the day, both men and women are going to end up fucked here, and at the end of the day. The truth is, ask parents today about their student-child sex lives, and most don't have a clue. Some reports that their kids are approaching sex with gusto. Others say their children are more worried about debt, career, and the impact of COVID-19 and Brexit. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of young people are getting far more involved in politics than I think they should be. And like, it's like when you were like young, when I was young, I wasn't really that involved in politics. Like, it wasn't really until I got to high school that I kind of got really halfway involved. But even that's kind of weird. Like, kids shouldn't be worried about the fucking Brexit, or like this weird shit like this. Like, they don't give a fuck with that kind of crap, but they do. Like, I think that people have taken politics and it's become their new religion to some extent. As we've taken religion and thrown it to the wayside, people have taken up political ideologies as their new religious groups to find social acceptance. Brexit was when the Great Britain left the European Union. If you don't know that. Let's see. I can honestly say that I have never worried about the pandemic, for instance, has scuppered my son's chances to get laid, or put the kibosh on his prospective promiscuity, says Rebecca, a mother of a second-year undergraduate at the University of Birmingham. I don't think young women need men and sex in that way, she says Tess, mother of a second-year student. They are a lot less needy of male approval to get their self-esteem. I wonder why that is. It couldn't possibly be because the number of simps, couldn't possibly be because the number of the social media where they can get their self-esteem boosted by on Tinder, or on Hinge, or on Bumble, or on any of these dating apps. Like, you're getting constant dopamine hits and constant reassurance that they look good, and men are simping for them, and men are giving them free drinks at the club or at the bar. Even if they go to the bar one time, and a man will give them a free drink, or they're getting validation from everywhere. Like, or women literally don't need men for this. Like, they have like enough validation coming from like every direction where it's like, okay, well, I have enough now. I know I look good, or I know, at least I feel like I look good. Like, they don't need that. They're a lot less needy of a male approval to get their self-esteem as they were in the past. Then having a boyfriend, being thought hot, was really important. These young women are much more better educated and empowered now. If my daughter meets someone she likes, then fine, but she's not worried about it. She will be when she's like 35 and alone, when only has a dog. Like, like she said, the problem with people is that they say things now, but as they get older, like, they come to realize that shit, I need kids. Like, I think somebody said this. It might have been I forgot who it was that said that people when they're on their deathbed, they said their biggest regret was not having kids, or like not having like a family group or something like that. Like, people don't realize what they really want until it's too late. And when these women are 35 or 40 years old, and their eggs are fucking drying the fuck up, and they're wondering, where's my family? I want kids now. I really wanted kids. Like, I feel like sometimes women, like, or a lot of times women, they like lie to themselves about what they really want, because they feel like society's pushing them to be like this career woman, or to do this or do that. The real wisdom from this research, says Nicholson, is to know whatever you do, you're not alone. More than half of respondents say they watch porn. Nearly a third say they've had intimate relationships at university. A quarter arrive at university never having kissed anyone, and 43% have never had sex. And that's the benefit of surveys such as these, says Nicholson. People read them and say, oh, thank goodness, I'm not the only virgin. Once again, I wonder how many men are fucking lying about this shit. Because once again, this is a survey, so it's like you're saying, like, people are just like, that's the problem with surveys. Like, it's plus it's a really small sample size as well. So like, you can't really extrapolate this out to the whole population, but it's a good enough start here to be like, okay, like, there's obviously a problem going on in like universities. Here's the Twitter. I don't really care about Twitter here, but I don't have a Twitter at all. Today's students aren't having sex nearly as many university students are having sex as you might think, and COVID's not to blame. Here's what it is. I'm not reading the whole article again. New research has shown students are prioritizing finding friendships over sexual partners. 50% of the students who participated in the new report, sex and relationships, and say making friends at university is more important than finding sexual partners. Just 60% of students declared excitement at a prospect of having sex at university. Male students are less sexually active than their female counterparts. I wonder what that is. 34% of men, 47% of women. 11% of students were celibate by choice. So yeah, you can see there's a pretty big gap here. The survey also revealed men are more likely than women to report they've had more sexual partners. I think they're lying. Nearly 10% of sexual encounters occurred during university welcome week. I believe that. People have very inactive, because that's when you have the most time. Like during the welcome week, there's no classes really going on. Or the first week of the fucking semester, there's nothing really going on. You have like get your fucking syllabus and you read a book for a week and you're done. So I'm not gonna read this whole thing. I want to show the thread with the people saying on here. It's definitely demonstration of sensible personal responsibility and choices for better life going forward. Graduates university avoid teenage pregnancy. The woke puritanism has reached sex. We've also spent a huge amount of money to be there. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, the Minecraft eunuchs, bless them. Oh, God, the eunuchs. That's what Jack was always talking about. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So glad I was able to read the article. I really wanted to read that one. I was like, thank God I found that out. Thank God for, what's that dude's name? General's Clutch giving me that tip there. Good for you, dude. Let's see. Sex will be an urban legend by 2030. Fuck me. That's so fucking crazy. Literally all these laws stop non-chat from being around women as anything beyond an asexual simp. Let's see. Brutal. Think about it. They're literally our most successful and high IQ members of society, especially the men, that will literally never pass on those genes. In reality, nobody gives a shit about Brexit. Leftist journals keep saying that because they think they can just make it a reality just by saying it. The best genes got killed in the world wars. This was planned, I think. IQs with 3 digits will be a myth in the future. World War casualties were exaggerated. Europe still got a lot of good genes. You got that Sylvester the cat stutter, my guys. Suffering succotash. Suffering succotash. The average has not been high for hundreds of years, though. Let's see. Maybe, but even that is far less ruthlessly selective than our current society. This is almost targeted on purpose or not. The smartest thinkers, baby rabies. My daughter doesn't need male approval at school because she has thirsty orbiters from around the world gassing her up all day on her phone. Yep. There you go. It's even worse and getting worse now. They can say what they want about, but NPCs who take the vax are dropping like flies. The high IQ men who refuse it are still around. Ovarian graveyard. God dang. A child, my kingdom for a child, Floyd. People always front lies. Women don't want average men, though, man. They don't want guys who are sub-8, dude. They honestly don't give a fuck about being alone after 30. They only regret not being able to lock down chat at 30. That's somewhat true. Yeah, I think it's true to some extent, but they regret not having kids with Chad, like at the end of the day. Stalker 2 trailer was released today. I'm excited. How's that Medican Black Pill? Women don't want men, period. Really, they want Chad as a trophy to say, look, I'm not only a career woman, but I also have a Chad. Look at me. Basically like a trophy husband. Millennials and Zoomers still have their parents alive. Wait a few more years when their parents start dying and they truly are completely alone. That's when things really will really become black. Yeah, I actually do think that. A lot of this comes down to like, okay, well, I still have a relatively intact support system in the form of my parents, in the form of cousins, in the form of like extended family, basically. So like your extended family might not be around you, but at least you know they exist and they know that you exist. But like if like once your parents die though, like that's a huge knock on to like your social circle or to your support system. Your parents are your primary support system. They're the one that supports you financially. They'll always be around for you. Even if you do something stupid, they'll always be there for you. So like they're always in your corner. The moment you lose those two people in your life, that's a huge knock to your self-esteem. It's a huge knock to like now you have to stand on your fucking own now. there's no more support system behind you. There's no more like mommy and daddy welfare to help you out. Okay, like you're fucked. You're not fucked, but like you're on your own now, kid. And it's like, okay, like that's when the training really kicks in. But like if you don't have that, like, but if you don't have a family, but this is easier not to take when you have a spouse or a family or somebody else around you to help you out. Looked amazing. A woman of my own culture, fuck other men. Gen Alpha is going to have an entire doctorate degree and still live with the parents at 50, working at Safeway. Oh, working at Safeway. All right, let's just show some memes here. Let me find my folder. Let me show off yesterday's. Do I have yesterday's thumbnail in here? Hold on. Oh, here's yesterday's thumbnail. I didn't show that one off yesterday. Fuck. The thumbnail from yesterday. Didn't show it off. There you go. I know that feel, bruh. So do I, my dude. Just wearing that fucking Pepe costume with that Wojak costume. Look at these guys. Got that going on. What else? Here's some life fuel for the chat, Incel chat here. Here we go. Look at this. Pepe taking out Chad. Look at this. He fucking gym maxed. He's taking his revenge. It's like, finally got my revenge after all this time. Yes, the parents being around is weird. Is a weird. I was dating this woman in the military who was a few years older than me. Yet since she was a girl, she was still infantile because of them. Yeah, like like when your parents are still around, it gives you the ability to kind of behave like a child still, because like your parents, your parents will always be there for you. That's like the benefit of having parents around at the end of the day. They really are a it's nice to have them, but like they're a huge weight on you. Like at some point you have to like leave the nest, but the problem is if you never leave the fucking nest ever, your parents never kick you out of the nest, then like, well, hell, you end up like a fucking man child or a woman child at the end of the day. This is a pretty sad story, actually. This is maybe a life fuel for Hispanic cells, but 16-year-old girl and boyfriend charged with killing her dad. Look at this, like, she literally hooked up with this guy here, and she killed this guy. The fuck? Like, come on. Hits pipe. If anybody knows that meme, hits the pipe. Is having a daughter the most cuck thing you can possibly think of? Think about it. You're raising a girl for another man to ravage her holes. Think about it rationally. Oh my god. What a way to go, too. What a way to go. So fucked up. Here's some life fuel. Not life fuel, some funny fuel. Insufferable personality competition. You got this, champ. Nobody can stand us vegans. Meat is murder. He got the little thing over here. He's like, huh? Look at this fuck right here. Ride the fucking bike on the goddamn road. Look at this motherfucker. Of course. It's pipe. Think about it. No, really, think about it. Oh God. Hits pipe. I could play that video, probably not get knocked off the internet because of that video, because it's probably not like a copyrighted video, but it's pretty funny. Here we are. Gender neutral language like birthing parent and chest feeding not being used at UK hospital. All right. A UK hospital has taken a big step towards greater inclusivity by publishing guidelines about gender neutral language for its maternity unit, with Chief Nurse Carolyn Maurice saying that the goal of this move is to treat everybody who uses our services as an individual. The guidelines for staff at Brighton and Sussex University Hospital NHS Trust included suggesting new terms such as chest feeding alongside breastfeeding and human milk alongside breast milk. Oh, but of course. Onward to progress we march. Here we go, memes. Hi, Doc. I'd like to have one of my fingers removed. Clearly, you are mentally unwell. Hi, Doc. I'd like to have my penis removed. You're an inspiration. Well, can I show this meme? Okay, I can show this meme. It's like a suey fuel for Indians here, but God, please not India or Pakistan. Just please don't send me to India or Pakistan. Please, God. Hello, so where am I? Kashmir. Put me back inside. Oh no. He's like, how could I have gambled and lost so hard? What have I done? Here's some life fuel for pig cells. Look at this shit. Jesus Christ. Cook some bacon, boyos. What even is this? What meme is that? I don't know why I even have to download this picture for. I'm not gonna show that picture. What's the point? What the fuck's the point? Here's your looks match, boyos. This is your fucking looks match right here. Look at this shit. This is like prime grade A fucking beef right here. Oh my sweet mother of God. Here's some life fuel for you guys. Here we go. I love this. I love these memes here. So basically, I take this picture here of Chad. It's like basically Chad fishing, but it's pretty funny. Are you trans? Wow, no. Sorry, I'm not interested in non-cis women. Good luck. Are you trans? No. Okay, just making sure. Been duped before, lol. Well, oh my God. Just to be clear, do you think I have masculine features? Oh God. Hey, are you trans? What the fuck? Oh my bad. Thought you were. Are you trans? No. Are you? This is so perfect. This is perfect here. I love it. Here's another one. Another set of use Chad fishing here. I think this is from Hinge. So they took a Chad picture, basically, took Chad, put him on the internet. You look great. Thanks. When did you start the transition? When do you start to transition? Transition to what? Oh my god, I thought you were trans. It's so good, dude. Spike my curiosity. Oh, wait, I'm convinced that all women are the same. Spike my curiosity here. Tell me more. They wait at the finish line instead of helping along the way. They waste their fertile years pursuing meaningless make work degrees. They won't settle for anything less than 8 out of 10, even though they're fat, divorced, single mom. That could go on, but I'll stop here. It's like you just chat fish and go fucking ham on them, dude. Oh god. I only have like 3 of these, so can only find 3 of these. It's kind of mad. I only found 3. Here we are. Once again, same Chad picture. Damn, you look amazing. When did you start to transition? Transition? Well, you make me sound like a robot. Can't you tell if I'm offended? Can't tell if I'm offended or not. I'm convinced that all women are the same. Says the basic tall white dude. What's wrong with being white? And like, what? Okay, and of course you took the time to respond to him. Obviously, so you weren't that fucking offended because obviously it's Chad, so he can say what the fuck he wants. He can say whatever he wants, and it doesn't matter. I'll respond to him. It's like, okay, well, there you go. Being the first woman in my family to graduate from a master's degree, was it worth it? Is that a smart ass question? Lol. Career versus children. I love it. Oh no. All women are the same. Is this the part where I try to convince you otherwise? Yes, but after traveling some more. Dang. Oh god, he got him good for this one here. Perfect. Oh, I think I have one more. Hold on, I think I have one more. What meme is this? This is that's the same meme here. Let me show it. Hold on, give me a sec. Find it. All right. How's your quarantine going? Hey, sorry, but I'm not looking to get involved with any trans girls. Excuse me? Yeah, just not for me. Good luck though. I'm not trans. No need to be transphobic. I'm not. I think I'm just turned off by the whole situation. And I've never been more offended in my entire life. Oh my god. Oh, these are perfect. For you guys. When she's older than 19, women lose 90% of their eggs by 30. Scientists have discovered the reason why women find it difficult to conceive later in life. They have used that 9% of their ovarian reserve by the age of 30. He's like, oh god, I can't do it. Jesus. Here's another one for you guys for oh, look at this absolute Chad right here. Look at this shit. You got 2 Stacy's on his arm. Look at this shit. He's even having lunch at fucking Carl's Jr.'s. Look at this guy. This is the life fuel for fucking rice cells, dude. Life fuel. Like this guy, he mogs you guys to fucking oblivion. Absolute fucking mog. Beyond mogging right here. Nah, dude, nah. They're so like attracted to him. They have to like about his like his aura is just like just pushing them away from him. So here we are. Young male and anti-feminist. The Gen Z boys who hate women. Half of young men in the UK now believe that feminism has gone too far. How did it get this bad? I could read this, but I'm not going to. But yeah, probably find it at some point. Look at this shit. Gen Z's not. It's not all. It's not all bad, dude. You guys got something going for you. At least in the UK. Let's see. What meme is this? What are you? I feel like I read this that's from the same article, I believe. Yeah, that's from the same article I read earlier. I'm going to put it up anyway. Just 16% declared themselves excited at the prospect of having sex when they became students. Became a student. Male students are less sexually active than their female counterparts, with just over a third, 34%, saying they've had sex during their time at university, compared to nearly half of women. And more than 1 in 10, 11%, say they are celibate because they want to be. If these are women saying this, they're coping. If men are saying this, and they're yeah. Unbelievable. Even fucking perfect cell here. Perfect incel. Perfect incel right here. Look at this guy. Perfect celibate. There you go. He's like, that feel with no GF. uh, and then he goes home, and this is his life. This is the ultimate life for the incel here. Look at this shit. Got his computer here from 1990 fucking two. Old monitor. Got the 4chins on the fucking monitor. You got the friend Wojak up top here on a fucking panda bear. Oh my god, fucking polar bear up here. Just seize the fucking day, my dudes. Living the fucking life. $42. All right, let's see. Got any more memes I want to show? This might be a Stewie fuel or life fuel or just fat fuel for you guys. But here you go. Here you go. Here's a nice picture. Look at this shit. My God. BBC only. Or really Tyrone only. Or maybe Chad only. I don't know. Definitely Chad only, though. You'll never have this. It's over. Here we are. This is the life of an incel. He's like, please, God. Why? Just crawling himself out of the fucking bed. Alrighty then. Saw some Dick Stacy's and Landwell Ebony's last night. It's always Landwell Ebony's, dude. You will never have a white girl. Ain't that the fucking truth? Cat cell. Only Chad drones allowed. Yep. 2020, gender is just a mental concept. 2030, sex is just a mental concept. He's trying to ascend out of the abyss of inkwodom. Why are ebony women so fat? Probably the fucking the welfare cheese, the government cheese, my dude. Nah, that's a meme now, but probably has a lot to do with this shitty ass diets, no fun, not fucking working out, the culture, the fucking mammy culture, basically the being the big fat mammy. You know, we have like people like a Lizzo who fucking reinforces this type of bullshit in the fucking community. So, and beyond that, it also just doesn't help that the fucking men are thirsty as fuck and will fuck anything that fucking moves. So the women actually have no real incentive to ever actually improve their like physique or bodies. So they just don't. All right, let's do the invite here. Did about 45 minutes of memes, articles. There we go. Pin message. All right, we're good. Spicy meme. Demolition Man is a perfect example of our soon future. Yeah. Started from the bottom, now we here. Watching Incel streams in our prime feels good. Literally VR instead of sex. Nah, more cyberpunk age. Nah, of course.
Hello.
What's up?
Nothing much. Just watched the E3, but no, that's nothing. Honestly, just coping.
What got shown up at E3 today? Anything good?
Not really. Just, I guess, I don't know. Like, I guess a new Forza. That's probably the only thing that I'm excited for. But that's it.
Oh God. Hey, they need to stop making like the same shit over and over again. But I guess when it keeps making money and printing money, why the fuck would you stop, right?
I know Bethesda's making a new game that's only for Xbox.
Makes sense because they own the whole fucking company now. So, what's it? Who presented today? Who was presentation?
Microsoft today? And I think Square Enix is doing right now. Like,
oh, okay, huh? Yeah, I didn't watch E3 all this year really. I'm surprised I didn't actually cut it on at all. So, was there anybody in like were they all done like in the convention center, or was it just like was there a live audience at all, or no?
I didn't see a live audience, but I think it was done by the convention center.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched E3 in like 2 years. Real obviously because COVID, I don't think I even had it, but yeah. The only thing I get my video game news is around E3, and I guess I just like look for like the trailers when they show them off. Whenever they show new trailers on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yo.
It's good in the hood, Jack.
Shit.
Nothing.
Hell no.
It's never good in the hood.
Never is.
So, what do you make of the article I read?
Well, it seems like as far as facing LMS, you're the opening act of fucking depression. So, you know.
Oh, God. Hey. I always got to find at least one article to read on Sundays typically, so I try to find at least one.
Yeah, but goddamn.
It really was.
He's gonna stream, though, today.
He's streaming today around what time? 5?
Yeah, 5 Eastern. I actually looked it up.
Yeah.
Like, 10 UK. It can't be that different. Yeah, it turns out it's several.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking different, dude.
Yeah.
I'm the opening act for Faith. There you go. Perfect. As you said. Who knows how many people get poached if I even stream that long today. I think I do homework and stuff today anyway, so.
What's this topic? He used to stream a lot, and now it's like, stop streaming.
Can't say I blame him. It's kind of hard. I mean, like when you kind of run out of topics stuff to talk about, so you don't stop for a few weeks and you go back and start doing it again, and then you do it again. Yeah, so it's that's why I only do it like on the weekends, because like it's like every week there's new stories that come out, new stuff pops up, and you just kind of talk about it, and you recycle in and out new stuff and old stuff, and then you figure it out. So
Yeah, pretty much.
I think today's topic, or his topic today, is talking about the people rejecting the data of the black pill, which is kind of funny. It's true though. A lot of people don't like the analytical with that. The implications of a lot of data when you actually look at these studies about genes and behaviors and how people actually interact in the world and stuff like that. Like people don't like knowing how the what's the old saying? Don't like knowing how the sausage is made. So like when you actually look at like societies and how societies are formed and how they function, how people function, nobody likes to like know, nobody wants to be aware of like how the hot dog is actually made. People would rather just eat the hot dog and let it go down hard, even though it's made of like dog shit. But like as long as they don't know that, it's like, okay, well, this is fine. Okay, I can stomach this. But like the moment you start telling people stuff like, oh yeah, like your success or failure in the dating market is due more to like your looks, which you had nothing to do with, really. Like, okay, like you were born with a good face and you grew up in a good environment and you didn't choose that either. You had good food and parents who raised you well, and it's like, okay, how much control did you really have? How much of your success or failure is due to you, or is it due to just like luck? And it's like the moment you start telling people that, people get really up in their fucking feelings, because like you're like discounting a lot of their quote unquote good work or hard work.
It's really them kids that are going to make the difference, though. Those old people are going to cycle out, but the real war with ideas is really with Generation Z and Generation Alpha.
I have a feeling that JBW is going to be a controversial topic. Like there's gonna be a shooter that's saying, don't forget to subscribe to Incel TV, and then like if you talk about JBW, it's gonna be on YouTube. It's probably gonna be banned or something.
Well, the implications of JBW are really like, when you actually like look at like the implications of it, it's like, okay, well, what does this mean then? Like, okay, when you say like that white men have an absolute advantage in the dating market when it comes to getting women, okay, well, you're talking about a societal factor, but you're also talking about genes too, like the way their faces look, the way they're just somewhat they're just better looking to some extent, like, or women appear to find them better looking. I don't know, like it's a chicken or the egg scenario, but like when you actually look at like ratios of facial ratios and stuff like that, like, okay, well, these people just have angular faces that are just more attractive to women or more attractive in general. So like to some extent, okay, like JBW is this law, like these people just generally look good, like, or just better looking than most people, and it's like it's hard to stomach that when you're like an ethnic or something like that, because like, okay, well, no, I happen to be someone who has like generally pretty cockazoid features, but if you're not someone who doesn't have the features, you're this fuck, dude. Like,
yeah,
like
pretty much.
You really are at a massive a disadvantage to some extent, or a huge disadvantage. So it's hard to like the moment you start telling people that, though, people are like, well, you can overcome that with this or that or this, but it's like, can you really? Like, like it's really disheartening to hear for somebody to hear like, oh well, your life is shit. So okay, well, just work harder or just keep working. But then like nobody really knows, will that all that hard work you put in really amount to anything in the end anyway? Like if you put in a lot of hard work, you go to the gym, it's not going to improve your face a lot. So you go to the gym and you work your ass off and you still get nothing. Then like people don't want to hear that like their hard work means nothing. People want to hear that like, okay, if I work hard, I get something. But the moment you tell them like, okay, well, your hard work might amount to nothing at all, then you get demoralized people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every argument against the data is, but in real life, people need to fuck off with that. Numbers matter more than anecdotal experiences. Yeah.
Plus, y'all ever been around like Reddit's like our dating and shit? Like how they slowly get black pilled the more the men talk to each other. Like, all right, I tried this, and this, and yeah, I've been taking showers for 10 years. I can't get anywhere. I'm giving up. Maybe the incels have a point. There's like every form like that where the men are like trying all the red pill shit. It just gently dives off into the black pill, no matter where you make it. Like if even fucking Reddit gets black pilled every time, like you already know the end is near.
Yeah, like you don't even have to go to places like, or when at least when brain cells are still alive, you don't have to go to the places anymore to get like black pill. Now you just go to like our dating and like it's immediately people are talking about their experience, saying, "Hey, I went on a date with this chick," or I actually got a date but it didn't work out because she saw my face, I didn't look good at my pictures, or these stories you hear are like, "Oh my god!" Like
yeah,
like,
it's bad enough where
pilling.
even the fucking blue pill men are black pilling each other, even though there's no black pill people there. Just a fucking natural development now.
Yeah, I think the people are starting to realize that it's not like as easy as it used to be, or it really has never been easy. But the environment facilitated men having women. But like when you're like a regular looking Joe and you're just like some rando fucking dude, and you have like just a 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10 dude, like, hey, well, your odds of getting a woman nowadays is fucking slim to none. Unless you're like a multi-trillionaire or some shit like that. Even then, she's only going to be with you for the fucking money, not because she likes you.
Yeah, and then going into that article you just pulled up, like, we both old enough to remember where, like, the university, like, that was a place like, oh man, if you fucked up ending your virginity in high school, that's where you went to actually, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna lose it this time, man. I'm gonna be like Carlton off of the Fresh Prince.
Yeah, and there's certain schools still have the party school atmosphere in it, so like it still exists, but like I mean that was just more or less about the UK. So the UK might be different from America to some extent, but at least in America there's still a few party schools, stuff like that. So
mine didn't really have that much party schools though.
Can I link an article about 6'6" Chad? I guess you could. And you just go ahead and I guess you can't leave links in the chat. Unless I make you a mod. You could always email it to me. I guess I can look at my email and then grab it from there. My email's pretty. Just go to my channel and find it. You can never overcome the race pill. Yeah, you can be a Giga Tyrone, but you can never be on the same level as Giga Chad. Black guys are literally calling me a virgin loser for saying that. Yeah, like no one wants to hear that shit. Like at the end of the day, no one wants to hear the harsh reality of like women, men, or in general, like just the harsh reality in general. Like it's not something that inspires people to do more. It really inspires you to do less because if you come to realize that the whole game is rigged against you, like to some extent, it's like, oh shit, like something outside of my control is affecting me. Like, well, how can I overcome that? But it's like, how can you overcome that? Like, can you overcome your IQ? Can you overcome your height? You can't overcome your height. Okay, like unless you want to break your fucking kneecaps and get taller, but even then, that has effects later on in your life as you break your fucking leg later on in life. So like, yeah. City of Decadence will be powered by Tears of Incel while Chad and Stacy's take part in months-long orgies. I'm calling it now. God damn. Purple pill debate and our dating is getting black pilled more and more every day. How is purple pill debate even around?
That's the thing, that they had to go out of their way to like stop people from discussing the black pill if they even put it in their fucking rules and shit.
Like it's so funny because like even in comment section on YouTube, like you go to certain channels and like you'll read the comment section, even on like a blue pill or a red pill channel, and like you'll read the comment section, and there'll be people subtly dropping black pills and they're saying like, hey, well, actually this is the problem over here with women, or this is the problem with men, or the race pill or JBW, or this particular thing. And it's like, whoa, like I'm seeing stuff everywhere now. Like men are just waking up hardcore and they're just dropping black pills everywhere they can. It's like, look, like it's not the same thing. Or like you'll hear like people saying like, hey, this is a really incelish talking point, but in the comment section, nobody gives that guy any like fucking like difference at all. They know like this is true. Like just because they said it, just because they're incel doesn't make them wrong, like.
I mean, worldwide, this is the first time in history where men could actually compare results globally and instantaneously. So this is like, yeah, the dating scene got ruined by the internet, but the intellectual scene is like, it also blew up at the same time.
I disagree. Nothing has changed, or nothing changed. Yeah, you can link the article if you want. Black pill existed for an era.
I have to go, so I'm sorry.
All right, then. All right, see ya. Back then, incels had no Wi-Fi. Okay. Tupac's transformation was the evidence you need the black pill, that the black pill is the truth. Yeah. Carl Jung said something about the blood, looks, and the collective unconscious. Are you going to tune the Face and LMS show? I probably will. Could be a real quick stream today, so.
Feel like we're obligated to.
Yeah, because he hasn't streamed so fucking long. Do you think Zoomer women out-earn Zoomer men? I believe it. They're more educated, I believe, so like they're going to get those jobs, and their jobs are going to be higher paid, so Yeah, I think it's. I think the gender ratio. I think definitely since the 70s or since the 60s, there's been more women in schools than there have been men. I believe. I think that women have been outpacing men for like college degrees for a while now. Now it depends on the type of college degree you get, but yeah. Didn't he say something about beauty is transcendent function or a meta tool for power? Please check your email. I just sent it. Okay, let me go to my email real quick. So Jack, what's the area like? What's the dating market like in your area? In the DC area, it's pretty brutal.
I have no fucking idea because I'm a virtual shut-in.
Dang. I even like online dating at all either.
Fuck no.
Dang.
Bro, you know why I have a Facebook at all? Because I had to do a homework assignment in high school, and that's it. Like other than that, I don't feel like talking to people and shit. Like I'll put it like this: if I had my dick sucked like once every month, I'd probably be a sane and rational individual. Like that's all I need. Like that. Not even a whole relationship, just head. Just like Riley in that Christmas episode, he ain't even want a whole car, just rims. Like on that level.
Yo, Faith Christ. Where can I find the Tupac voiceover from Juice? Did you catch MGTOW Dictionary stream last night? I actually didn't. He like streams too late at night for me. I'm asleep. So yeah. I didn't sleep. Yo, Panda, what's up, dude? Tupac, Doug Mav, and more women want him compared to when he was a dancer and a nice guy, but of course he's not ugly either, though. Zoomer women already get over 100K through OnlyFans, Twitch cams. Not that many women are though. That's kind of a big huge meme in the community, but it's not as many as we think there are. But there are enough women making enough bank on there to live off of for sure. But even without that though, I think First came in here. He dropped a black post saying that women, at least in California, they out earn men by by a pretty nice margin there. So it's happening now. Like the women are already out earning the men. Wasn't Tupac a manlet? I don't want the human species to become like hyenas. Ugh. Or fucking bonobos. More likely. All I need is dome. Jack, you seem high IQ and sane to me.
Yeah, because I'm good at masking shit.
Ah. Average height had a perfect face. What's the difference between the dating scene, the boomer era, Gen X era, millennial, and Gen Z era? I think technology for one.
Yeah, like the millennials, we were like at the threshold of soy. We're like the last great hurrah of not having to have a fucking consent form and shit. That's why back on the Chappelle show, he had that joke about the love contract and shit. If you ever looked that skit up, back then it wasn't serious. Now it's like a good idea. It's like, you know what? Yeah, let's probably have this bitch sign something, and court still probably throw it out. But
yeah, but the boomer era, like they had better social circles. They were far more, they were like right off the cusp of like World War II, so they had all the prosperity. Everything was happening during the boomer era. So like they have all the power.
Practically fell into vagina. Like just go get a factory job, and we'll throw in a pension and a family. Like the fuck.
Yeah, and then Gen X, I'm not too sure about them. Millennials, yeah, we're like the weird adopters. Like we like adopt the technology over time. So like we're kind of like 1 foot in the old world and 1 foot out. Cause like I remember having VHS tapes, remember like really old TV, stuff like that. If you're like a Gen Z though, my God, you have like you've been on the internet your whole life. So like that's all you fucking know. Versus like I remember a time you went out with your friends, you hung out, you rode your bike around the town and stuff like that.
You just went the fuck outside. Like when you were young, you just like not even before you're a teenager, you just went outside with your friend and just did shit. Like it didn't have to be extreme or nothing. Just all right, I'm going to visit my friend on the corner and shit and play video games or something, like whatever. Just be a fucking 5-year-old child and go outside and play with a stick and you were happy.
Yeah. The rules was easier, it was simpler. It wasn't all this shit they had to deal with now. Yeah, this is far too much Yeah, I was talking about this earlier with my mom, but like I just think the world, because we've got more technology, more complex, and all this stuff like that, like the perception of reality of like people just aren't happy. I think partly because obviously social media it's such a it shows you such a warped view of reality, because like obviously like nobody's on a perpetual vacation their whole life, but all you see is the highlights of everybody's life. So you're seeing, your friends get married, you're seeing your friends go on vacation, you're seeing your friends do this, you're seeing your friends get girlfriends and boyfriends and something like that. And it's like you're seeing all your friends do all this crazy ass shit, and then you look at your own life and you say, "No, my life is boring. I'm not doing anything." But like at the end of the day, though, most people's lives are boring. Like life is very, very monotonous to some extent. Like nobody's on a perpetual vacation. Life isn't really all that exciting. But like we've been convinced by the media, by all the stuff like that life is supposed to be exciting. You're supposed to do all this crazy ass shit in your 20s and your 30s, and when you're teens, and you're gonna have an adventure. You're gonna have adventures everywhere. But that's not how life actually works. Like life is extremely boring to some extent. Like especially when you're just an average person, you go to work, you go home, you watch the football game, the baseball game, or the basketball game, you go to sleep, you drink a fucking beer or some shit, and you go to sleep. And it's like, okay, that's your fucking life that's life for like the majority of Americans. Like most Americans don't have exciting lives. So, like, but I think because Gen Z's grown up on the internet with so much, like they see these Instagram models and these stars on YouTube of like all these great stuff and all this like high-end stuff, making money off YouTube, making money off this, making money off that, saying, "Oh my God, that could be my life too," and they get inspired to like become like a YouTube star. And even though it's extremely hard to become a YouTube star now, or become like an Instagram model, even though it's extremely hard to become an Instagram model. So like all these things have been influenced heavily by social media. I think it has a huge effect on Gen Z for sure.
I mean, it's not like your brain can tell the difference between a simulated experience and a real one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not going to tell the difference between whether you're getting mogged on a computer screen or mogged in fucking physical reality. Experience is an experience. So no telling how they've been fucking traumatized.
Let me show this thing here. I don't have a Reddit account either, so I don't really care. I can't get doxed here. Average men never truly experience a woman's love at full extent. This is from Purple Pill Debate. I'm a 6'6", decently facially attractive guy, currently age 33. I haven't had problems attracting any women, at least for the last 5 years since I started visiting the gym. I've been approached by girls anywhere from the age of 16 to 30, nothing over that age. Oddly, they seemingly don't bother. Not meant as a bragging post. Yeah, maybe it kind of is. I just want to discuss some relationship dynamics in my group of friends. Roughly 6 guys. Of the 6, I would say myself and one other guy stand out. Guys clearly stand out in terms of physical attractiveness. Other than the obvious potential for hookups and anything of the sort, the weirdest thing is that the long-term relationship dynamics. We've all been in LTRs of varying lengths. But the thing that's the common denominator, regardless of how attractive the girl, the average guys, how attractive the girl the average guys were with, they never seem to give the guys the same kind of love, compassion, attention myself, an attractive guy, and number 2 got. Let's call him Johnny. I remember discussing with Johnny how when friend number 3 got in a relationship with a girl way below his league, talking Landwell status, goddamn, no job. She still never seemingly had enamored with the idea of being with this average Joe. Regardless of how lucky she should have considered herself, it wasn't the same. When a woman is truly into you, she'll change her personality, kick up most of her ideas about female empowerment. Both myself and Johnny have this experience that girls become these super caring, extremely nice puppy dogs when they are into guys or into a guy. None of the other guys in the group have this same kind of experience. Could it be that the women can't truly fall deep in love with the average guy? Is it just a blind lust thing? How does this all work? I am new to this but this is something that's been a common trend around me for around 10 years. I just want to know what everyone's take on it is. Dang.
I'm not sure if they could love it all, to be honest, but whatever.
Let's see. What does the comments say? I gotta view the whole fucking comment section. God damn. I think people in general will simp for partners they consider far better than they are. You can see this with men too when they date up or what they perceive as up. They will bend over backwards for these women. It's like the women you are dating perceive you as higher RMVs, and which they also make them they're more likely to try to keep you. Whereas your friends' partners consider themselves a match. Whether or not this is objectively true is irrelevant. Basically, I do not think this is a gendered thing, but something true for all humans. This is why you never act like you're dating up, and you truly value yourself. You never really are dating up. I've linked an article that summarizes the findings of the study that actually appeared to work the same for men and women. When men date up, they basically do more towards their partners and contribute more to keep them happy in a relationship. When women do, they study points it to leading to insecurity, which causes them to tend to focus heavily on going to the gym and dieting, which isn't the same behavior at all. I've found in similar relationships when it seems to date down, instead of reaping the benefits I would expect, like a partner who puts in more effort, they tend to act very insecurely, and which eventually leads to more issues than anything. In ancient times, you would have been on an adventure and raid places. Yep. Even Rushd talks about how game was easier 10 to 20 years ago. I believe it. Yeah.
It's kind of like the Mice Utopia thing. Like the real killer, I think, was that the social space was so locked down and frigid that nobody knew could enter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what's the point of gambling if you know you're going to lose anyway?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true. What about the cars, the boomer era versus the millennial era? Cars? What the fuck?
There was no such thing as gas mileage back then, for one. I mean, as far as emissions and shit, like, that was a point of pride, damn near.
Life is boring for normies and incels, but chats haven't made parties and power play. All of a sudden, everyone became a travel photographer, videographer. Oh my god, there's like two or three girls I went to school with who literally all they do now is travel. I don't know how they can afford it. I don't know what they do. I know they're not working anymore. They're just having having sex with like boomers or some shit and make money. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. OnlyFans, on their ass. All I know is they travel so fucking much, and they all have travel blogs.
A fair assumption is that they being flown out to places.
That's true. I wasn't sure if they were prostitutes about. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. All I know is that like they travel so fucking much. Like, you know, at the end of the day, women follow trends, and this whole traveling trend is definitely it's a trend, obviously. So like, you know, the women are gonna follow it. So like, it's like, okay, well, my friends are traveling, so I have to travel too. I have to travel here, travel there, travel everywhere. I was like, okay, no, you don't. But my friends are doing it, so I have to do it too. And it's like I have to keep up with Stacy, because Stacy's traveling too. Stacy's being traveled around, so I got to travel around too. And it's like, holy shit! Can't tell you how many fucking chicks have. I travel in my fucking in fucking profiles, dude. It's annoying as fuck. It's just a fucking way to say I want to spend money on myself, or I want to have you spend money on me, rather.
I feel like I dodged the entire fucking like decade-long bullet because I would never fucking bother with social media at all. Like only like YouTube is the closest I've ever been to social media, and that's just look at documentaries and shit.
Yeah,
I don't even know what I'm missing out on. Like, god damn.
They definitely do things for Chads they would never do for normies or subs vibes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you're a fucking normie, you're like, you get like starfish sex. If you're a sub fucking 5, you're not getting anything. If you're Chad, you're getting your fucking, I don't know, they'll eat your fucking shit. Just fucking tell them to, probably.
Yeah, probably literally. I'm not gonna check on that Google search. So
yeah, neither am I. That's so real. Women would simp for Chads. Yep. Good article, right? Yeah, it was pretty good, Dorian. Shit. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, a lot of them were coping hard. Yeah, that's the problem with being in purple pilled status. Is like you're almost there. Like you're like, okay, well, but like I still want to hold out and think that, okay, well, we're exactly the same, and you know, women aren't really that bad, because like, you know, I'll be called an incel or a misogynist if I say that. So I have to like say the right thing at the right time in order to make myself not to be purple pilled, quote unquote, to not be a red pill or a mean black pill or something like that. So you're in this constant state of like cognitive dissonance, trying to like reconcile the two beliefs you can't possibly hold at the same time. There were more sports cars back then. Yeah, they travel on simp money. I believe it. Like one girl is but the thing is that neither one of these girls are very, very attractive, but it's probably they're probably attractive enough to attract simp money for sure. It's probably the allure to them actually because they're not really that good looking. So it's like, oh, she's attainable. So I can, if I simp enough for her, I'll pay her away and she'll stay with me.
Eventually have sex with me.
Yeah. Constitution of the old profession. Yeah, I mean that's the fucking truth. I can confirm. I know these chicks. They have sugar daddies. On one of my clients bangs these girls out. Wow. Who the hell is Yikes? I'm too afraid to add this person to the stream. Last time I got trolled last time. Let's see. I got 40 people in here. Holy shit.
Wait, what? Damn.
I didn't know that. This is a pretty low-key stream anyway. Game in the 2010s is so hard. Incel Akbar. Seems easier in the 2000s, but it seemed easier in 2000s. Yeah, a little bit easier. Things have just gotten progressively worse.
The thing, like, girls used to sell sex back in the day. Now they just sell hope.
Private chat. It's me. Oh, it's you, Dor. Okay. All right. Let's see if it's not you. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, buddy boyo?
Dorian the Dippin'.
Yikes, man. Yikes. I had to come in here. This is going to be my first time. I had to say the dynamic with the boomer advice. Boomer advice doesn't work anymore. And I think one of the things that I remember my mom used to tell me was get a good job, do all this, go to school, be in college, and they'll come to you. They only surround chads, man. Like, and back in the day, women would surround the working man and all that, but they're surrounding only the chads now. So it doesn't work anymore. Being a good guy, working hard, doesn't work anymore. Doesn't work.
No, they don't need your money. They just want it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they really don't. Yeah, as Jack said, they don't need your money.
I think that's literally the biggest difference. They just literally don't need men anymore. So now it's just down to what they want. Well, they want jeans. That's the only bargaining chip left.
Yeah, it's like we've had a flip in the game here, where it's like, you know, where the man would have a trophy wife, now you have a trophy husband. It's like, well, my husband's my trophy now. Like, you know, I've you know, a women, they want to have it all. Well, that includes having a good-looking husband. That includes having a big house. That includes having a nice car. That includes traveling. That includes this. That includes that. These are all things that women want. So because they want to have it all, okay, well, that includes having Chad. But the problem is, like, you can't lock Chad down, really. Like, Chad's like, he's like, no, well, why the hell would I settle for you when I can go down to the next girl, go to the next girl, go to the next girl? So,
like, closest thing to a lockdownable Chad they can get is like a homosexual who's like good looking but doesn't have anything else going in his life. So he's like the wife. That's like where if you had a partner that stayed at home, like watched the kids every now and then, and gave you sex whenever you wanted to, like what would you call that but a wife? Like that's literally.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Is my mic too loud? I don't know how. Okay.
So yikes! Tell us about you. Where you from? Demographic, tall you are, all that stuff.
ASL, all that shit.
Shout out Truth Kai Vector. I'm from. I don't want to tell you where I'm from.
You can tell the general area, like the
South,
city, not the South. Okay, don't tell the
East
city
Coast, South. Pretty far down south. Yeah, I was. I'll just start from the very, very far back. First time I found the black pill. So I found the black pill maybe around. I don't really remember. I just know I was very young, like back 2020, maybe 14, 13, and I was around the same age as the year. I found, I think, on a forum. Usually people find it on YouTube videos, Facing LMS. I found all this information way before that. Like I was on the Lookism forums. I never made an account. I was just lurking. Looksmax. And I had like mental breakdowns. And let me tell you something a little bit other before that. I was a honor roll student, AB honor roll student, honor society, all of that. Don't want to dox myself too much. I was getting like asked to go to these math events and all this other stuff. I was just such a social recluse. I didn't do it. But anyway, so I was on these forums and like my mental was pretty strong. But after when I started my puberty started to hit me. I hit puberty very late. And I realized, oh my God, like I do want to be with a woman. I do want to do all this stuff. And I'm very logical. So I realized what my position was. And I realized, oh my God, I'm basically screwed because my father's like 5'6", my mom's 5'4". It's a miracle I'm 5'9", 5'10" I round down. So I was like, man, I'm screwed unless I get enough money to hit the body shop. Shout out Truth Kai Vector, hit the body shop. So that's pretty it's pretty much brutal from there. So after finding the black pill and realizing it was over unless I went to the body shop, I planned. I worked hard. I'm in school now, getting my CS degree. I'll hopefully graduate 2 years. So I can hit the body shop. Because if you're not Chad, like you even read the article, the 6'6" guy. If you're not Chad, it's basically over. Like you can be average. I was average. I had a girlfriend in high school. I got her the same way, similar to Truth Kai Vector. She was an alpha widow. She was with this 6'8" Tyrone, Giga Tyrone. He was an electrical engineer. She she cheated on me. She gave her V card to somebody else, and it's over, man. If you're not 7+ out of 10, it's over, and you got to do everything you can, or you can ride if you want. I mean, if you don't have the IQ or something, I mean, I think you can learn, but if you don't have the IQ, if you're not quick on your feet, or you're not dedicated, you're not going to work hard. Because a lot of these people be in here thinking, oh, I don't have 120 IQ. Well, then work hard. I mean, you can do that. Sorry if I ramble a lot.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
really quick.
It's good. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm half black, unfortunately.
God damn, it's like the fucking Black Cell week lately.
Yeah, we had Oreo Cell. We had the troll in here at one point. I don't know if you were the troll or not, but yeah, yesterday. Dang. So you say, how's the dating market in your area now? And are you like in your early 20s or your mid 20s, or where are you at?
Early 20s. I'm actually gonna be. I'm exactly. Well, I'm just gonna say early 20s. I've had people are gonna say like, "Oh, you're a vol cell." I've had, I think it depends what you count as a lay. I've had 3 lays. They're all, relatively. Well, 2 of them were pretty hot, but there's JBW theory, which is not really theory, it's law. Since I'm mixed, I kind of do the same thing. It's more like the closer you look to white, the better, because you can pull the light skin card. Like I can pull the light skin card on really dark women. I can pull the light skin card on like maybe really dark Hispanic women or Afro Hispanic women. I can pull that card. But that's the only way I've been able to do it. And then the rising tide, drowned me. I'm not able to do that anymore. Like, you really gotta be really good looking. You gotta be all this other stuff. Intellect doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how high your SAT scores are, your ACT scores are. It doesn't matter if you know C++, C, assembly. It doesn't matter if you know any of this. It's unfortunate. It's so
if anything, that'll put your ass on the outside.
Yeah, especially if you're black. In my case, there's no respect. Actually, I learned FL Studio because I knew that hip hop maxing was a key thing I could do. I actually have a couple of tracks made. I made like 500+ things, and then it's unfortunate. Black community in particular is fucked out of it. Sorry. It's screwed.
You can curse. I don't give a fuck.
I was raised.
It's Sunday, but it ain't church, bro. Like,
I was raised by mostly my white family. Thank God. Otherwise, I'd probably be screwed. Because there are good black people. Like I don't know if you guys watch Jeremy Fielding. He's a mechanical. He's not an engineer, but he's a smart black guy. He builds a lot of cool gadgets and stuff. He's kind of like stuff made here, but more like mechanisms. The black community is ridiculous. I'm going off in loads of tangents. I have so many thoughts, so many things I want to say, but I'll talk about this one. I'll concentrate on this one. The black community has so many problems. They push out guys like me. They push out guys that are alternative. They push out all those other dudes. They promote these thugs and gangsters. Every day, I hope these thugs and gangs, like every time, these guys are just useless. These guys are useless. There could be 100 million of them, and they would never change the position of the black community. There could be 1 million of me. I could change this shit in 15 years. I could change this shit in 15 years. Chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical. I could build some shit. These guys, there could be 100 million 50 cents. They'd all be useless as fuck. And these are who the black women are procreating with. They're procreating with these fucking good-looking Tyrones or these Thug Max guys, and it's fucking hell in a handbasket. They push me out. They push Mystery out. They push guys like you out, Jack. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it almost feels like being halfway intelligent in the black community is like a huge detriment to like your like SNV. It's really odd. Like if you're too smart, it almost comes off as like, oh, you're not like a low inhib enough to like be yourself over here. Like what the fuck? It's like wait, how the fuck this shit work? Whereas in other communities, like it just seems like there's a better culture that cultivates being a I don't want to say being like a pay pig or anything like that, but like having a career and working a job and working a regular ordinary job. Like it seems like in our community, like and this might be due to like this the culture, definitely due to the culture, but like the idea of like all of our heroes or all of our successful people are rappers, or they're people who are high profile are rappers, they're movie stars, they're fucking what do they call it? Black movie stars, they're comedians or something like that. They work NFL or not NFL with the fucking NBA or something like that. They're all NBA stars. Like like the key to success has always been like, oh, just destroy your body being in the NFL, or destroy your body being in the NBA or something like that. And it's never been about like, okay, well, you use your brain to definitely make something happen. Like it's all about brawn here.
And there were a lot of cultural events that happened between like basically the end of civil rights and now. Like you had 2 drug epidemics, then you had like blaxploitation films and all that actually encouraged and shit like that. And they killed all the actual civil rights leaders from back in the day. Assad Shakur is still in Cuba and shit. Like
but they hijacked the women.
Yeah, needless to say, the white women basically, the black women basically got with the white women and sided with them. So it's like gender over race.
Pussy drives a community. Like there's a lot of black guys, they would not be trying to play football or anything if there wasn't pussy in it. There's like a lot of gangsters wouldn't be gangsters today if black women were fucking these guys. There'd be a lot more engineers. There'd be a lot more guys working their ass off, studying 8 hours a day, learning all this other shit that I'm learning. If black women were fucking these guys like they fucking the thugs, but they're not doing that. I mean, that's why America's going to go down the shitter, because all races of women right now are not doing that. White women aren't doing that. They're going for the good-looking Chad. They're throwing Jeff Bezos type guys, Bill Gates type guys. Not Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak. They're not fucking Steve Wozniak guys. They're leaving those guys to rot. Like man. Yeah.
I mean, you can't. The thing is, we've been sold the lie of like flat to tabula rasa kind of thought. Like you're imposing your moral system on like a different creature. Like it's my personal belief that there's a lot more different between men and women mentally than there is even physically. Like no,
that's well known. It's like there's more gray matter and stuff like that. There's like.
I don't even mean that. I just mean in the way. I just mean in the way we think. Like it's like once you really look at it, like it's borderline alien. It's like similar on the surface, but
I actually talked about this in my I think it was the Educated Lame video where I talked about how like if you're not down with the struggle in the black community, you're just not part of the black community to some extent. Like the struggle and like a struggle of and doing this and doing that. It's like okay, like. Who the hell wants to struggle? But it's almost like if you're struggling in the black community, it's like a badge of honor. It's like, oh, he knows what it's like to be black in America. It's like, well, but like, why would you want that for yourself though? Like, you should like want to be beyond that now at this point.
I think they struggle with Tyrone. I mean, a lot of these black women, I think if they're gonna struggle, they're gonna either struggle with a Giga Tyrone, or they're gonna struggle with a guy like me. If I have lighter skin, I've seen white guys. There was a white guy at my college. I even told Truth Kai Vector this in a private stream one time, that there's a white guy in my college. I think he's like 6'1". He looks worse than me facially, and but he's white, so he was basically smashing all the dark skinned black women in the college. And he was like, he was broke. I don't even think he had a car. I think he was riding the bus just like I was. He was smashing all these black women. So this struggle shit, they're not going to struggle with you. They're not going to struggle with any like black guy unless they like really attracted to him, or they're not going to struggle with shit.
It's pretty much Tyrone and Lambs, and that's it. And Chad, if they can get access to him, but that's
these black women will literally have sex with these white dudes, man. I'm not like that's why that's why one of the things I always say when I talk about black pills, that it's unfortunate that I like being black. I really do. Like I truthfully do, but it's just such a disadvantage. At least in the dating market, it's such a disadvantage. It's huge, huge. The fact that I could see an average white dude pull an 8 out of 10 black woman, it's crazy. Now I kind of did the same thing, but I can't do it on the same level. I can't do it anymore. Certainly not anymore. Maybe 2 years ago, not anymore. Doesn't work anymore.
well. When I hear about our community, I kind of think of the situation in Sweden where the men are just kind of gave up on their. I think it was Sweden. It was Sweden. All right, let's just say Sweden, for example, whatever. And the same thing is kind of happening with them. They can't really get with their women because of hypergamy and shit. So now they're going to Southeast Asia. The same thing is kind of happening with us. Eventually the men just quit. And the first thing they're going to try to do is just leave for other communities. And if they can't do that, they just self-implode. So.
Wasn't that a massive wasn't like an article about that? Something about how like in Sweden or one of those Nordic countries, how like the men were like literally bringing in the Asian women, and the women were complaining about how like just too many Asian women coming into our country now. Like
I forgot where that was though. I keep on coming across shit.
Yeah, I remember. I just remember reading that article or something like that, where like the women were super salty about that because like, okay, well these women here are just better, they're more they're easy to deal with, so like I'm going to deal with them instead, and it's like shit.
Yeah, but that's going to be the worldwide new normal. Like you already see that with us talking about Geomax. We're just ahead of the curve.
Yeah. So
go
ahead, Jack.
Are you gonna have fucking 80 IQ motherfuckers being like, yeah, man, I need to leave the West like this?
So what are your like long-term plans? Like, in fact, I've asked this question before to another panel of people I was on. What exactly do you want from a woman to begin with at the end of the day? Like, what do you want? A relationship, marriage? You want kids? What do you really want from women? Yikes.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah. That's kind of an open panel question I've had to guess, but yeah.
You really, I don't think women. You can. What I want, I want to. If I could basically have me in female form that wasn't a complete fucking bitch, then I'd take that. I mean, like a lot of these women, man, they're not gonna, unless you're Chad. We already know that though. Unless you're that, they're not gonna cooperate with you. They're gonna be demanding. They're gonna complain. They're gonna act anything they do. If they make you a meal one time, they're gonna talk about it for months. They're not gonna want to do anything with you, man. Like, I'm telling you. And some guy in the comments saying, "Oh, Drake is crying about his problems if I was just white." No. If I was white and 7 out of 10, I could be out of here right now, dude. I could have me a 9 out of 10, black Stacy right now. That's the race pill for you. So you can say, "Oh, he's crying." No, it's facts. It's facts.
Yeah, so basically, like, are you looking for like? I asked the question before, and some of the men gave me like questions of like, okay, well, I just want sex. But if you just want sex, just go to a prostitute or something like that. But like,
yeah, you just
like, so like, do you want like a marriage? Do you want like a relationship? Like, what exactly do you want from women at the end of the day? Like, let's say you live in your ideal world where like, okay, you can actually get a woman. Like, what would you actually want her to?
I need a partnership, man. I think
partnership. Okay.
Like humans are humans. Need social interaction. I can't go without it too long, or I'm gonna, suffer.
If nothing else, just not the feeling you're gonna get fucking backstabbed if you get with somebody. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
You can't even get that shit.
Yeah, like, I got cheated on. That hurt.
Yeah. You're either gonna get cheated on or sued. Like, what kind of man wants that shit in his life anymore? That's why everybody quitting.
How would you rate your face if you were like to judge yourself?
You ever seen Donovan Sharp?
Yeah.
I look a little bit better than him. I don't have that, that huge nose and disgusting forehead he has. So I'm sorry. That's just the truth, man. I'm skinnier than him, so I actually care about my body weight. Yeah, I'm probably like a 5 out of 10. You ever seen Reese King? You ever seen Reese King? I look like a scuffed version of that. Okay. Very scuffed.
You're 5'10". What's the market like?
I round down.
You're around there. Okay. What's the market like down there in the South though? Like overall, is it harder? Is it easier? Would you say it's like obviously you're having a hard time yourself, but like what's the overall market like? Is it just women with like Tyrones down there? I know there's a massive black community in the South and especially in the deep parts of the South. So
I want to be really quick with this one. I think it's there is a guy. I knew things were really bad, like super bad, when I found out this Tyrone guy. Actually, Tyrone, he's like 6'3", decent face, good face. I'm more like 7+ out of 10, 7.5. Tyrone Light. He had to smash land whales, black land whales at that. A lot of the guys were smashing the same women. The women are sharing the same pool of guys, black, white, don't matter. It's not good. It's not good down here, man.
yeah, it doesn't it might be the South or it might have to be California that actually has the highest obesity rate in the country. I think Mississippi might be one of the fattest states in the country actually. So depending on where you're from, it can be pretty brutal. And it might be like, are the women down there, are they generally overweight? Are they generally of regular weight? Like what's the general like looks of the women down there actually in the South?
Some of the white women are very skinny down here because they know that if they get kind of big, white guys, they go into the Negro League. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's facts. I'm sorry,
Yo.
it's facts. It's just facts.
Yeah, we live it.
right
We
now,
know
dog.
that,
The
So,
Negro League.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay, it's okay. Yeah. So there's a good amount of white women that are still skinny, but there's a good amount of white women that are a little sizable or fat. There are some women that are just straight up fat. Black women, black women are. Here's the funny part with the black women: the skinnier they are, the higher chance is they're trying to get a white guy. Like clearly, I've seen it. The bigger ones, they don't really give a fuck. They don't care. They'll go with any dude, but they'll pick and choose.
Dang. Yeah, my area, it's like the women here are like ultra like educated in the DC area, so it's like they definitely care a lot about income up here. So it's huge. Enrique, your mic's going crazy.
Oh damn! Hold on. How about now?
This is a lot of background noise, I think.
Yeah, let me just mute because I'm like kind of driving right now. But
Oh, okay.
yeah. I just didn't know how loud it was.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't sound that bad right now. I heard some background noise earlier, so I wasn't sure that was.
Yeah. Okay. Nah. Yeah. What's the topic right now?
Yikes was telling us the a lay of the land down there in the South. I think he's another black cell here from down. I don't know where he's from exactly, but from down the South for sure. He's a STEM maxing, trying to get his degree, and then is your plan to like leave the West? What's your plan overall? Yikes, to like leave the West, or are you gonna like go to not Southeast Asia, but go down to South America, or what?
Oh, I see. That's well. I really have no input on that. Really, I guess on like behavioral differences, like at least over here in my little section of Dallas or whatever, it's like everybody's money motivated over here. It's basically about like what you own and shit. Nobody really gives a fuck. Like some people give a fuck about trends, but kind of with like the younger people over here, it's literally what do you own, where do you live, what part of Dallas do you live. If you name a specific part of Dallas, it literally defines how much money you have. Like that's how, not how crazy it is, but it's like, oh, okay, or just the culture around here. I don't know, but at least, and I'm not even sure if women are like any different because of that. I think women from up north would probably be more social versus the ones down south. But that's just me thinking that. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of it, you kind of have to
yeah.
you kind of have to have the trifecta. You have looks, LMS, looks, money, status, and when to put asocial in there for lambs. But yeah, have the whole box checked. But like you gotta have the money, you gotta have the looks, because like you can have looks and like that'll get you in the door, But the moment the girl's like, okay, well, where's the money at? Do you have like, any status? And you're like, what kind of job do you have? Like, okay, they'll fuck you, but they might not stay with you. And I guess it's all you want is sex, and like you kind of got the job done at the end of the day. But like, if you're just trying to have sex, if you're trying to get a relationship though, like they care about the whole damn thing at the end of the day.
Love isn't real.
Yeah.
So that's why
you
I
had to be bad to be normie.
Normie of the boomer era, yeah.
Yeah, you had to be Chad to be the old normie equivalent, basically.
So yikes! When did the illusion of like the what your boomer parents told you kind of wear off on you when they told you work hard and the women will just show up? When did that wear off? High school or is it I think you said it before.
I was always a kind of a different kid, so I kind of knew something was up off rip. I'm also my brother is looks like Jeremy Meeks. Good for him. Good for him. No, good for him. He's got the golden skin. It's not as doesn't have as much melanin inside of it. He's got he's got that chiseled jaw. He's taller than me on the football team. Anyway, I realized very early on that something was wrong. Like something, everything my parents are telling me, my mom's telling me is just false. It's false. It's and I would people watch. Even at 9 years old, I would watch people, and I would see how they interacted. People thought I had Asperger's because I didn't know how to socialize kind of very well. I was just watching them though. They didn't understand that, but I realized very early on that something was wrong.
Dang. Yeah, I used to people watch a lot too. Actually, I did that a lot as a kid. And this way, as an adult, I kind of did. I kind of go to the mall, just walk around, just kind of get to lay the land and like, or to see what people are doing. Kind of like, okay, like what are people doing? Where are they shopping at? What are people buying now and stuff like that. So it's a really good exercise of like just seeing like, okay, like what's the human interaction going on right now? And it's like what you oftentimes see from a look standpoint is that like, yeah, men are dating down hard. Like you see, like I see the number 18 walking around the fucking store all the time. You got the fucking skinny ass fucking Chad or normie looking dude with a big ass fucking chick, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like, why are you with her? And it's like, but then you come to realize that it's probably the best you can fucking do.
You know what's gonna be the worst part about all this shit? We gonna call these days the good old days someday.
Dang, that's yeah. Things get any worse, yeah, it would be the good old days.
Just because you don't know how it can get worse, don't mean it isn't. Like, come on now.
Also true.
You remember the good old days? You could smash a land well for free. I mean, that was the good old days. Man, now you got to pay her some. Now you got to have this. You got to be fucking 10 out of 10 to fucking land well now. Oh man, the good old days.
I actually stooped that low to be with a black land whale, the same as that Tyrone dude. She doesn't care, man. Like she even like I was in shape. I went to the gym. I was in decent shape. Yeah, man, she didn't even like first time, and then at first time that happened, she was just like afterwards, she was like, no, doesn't want anything to do with me, like nothing.
Yeah, have you tried getting ethnic alternative girls?
Evan, swear to God.
Yeah, he always asks this question every time. Like his question.
Ethnic alternative, like I've been with ethnic women, like pure ethnics, not half breeds. Have you? Alternative, bro, dude, I literally have to code switch into that black guy stereotype. Like I gotta like lower my voice and start saying bruh, talk slower and get in the vibe. I had to lie about smoking weed, and I had to like do it in this monotone voice. I gotta let stuff ride this way, that way. In reality, I'm just like, I'm a quick talker. Like my voice is not low at all. Like ethnic alternative women, what a fucking joke, man. They don't want black guys, not half black guys.
I'll tell you because I've been around some. I'll tell y'all because I've been around some. They the same kind of hoes as everybody else.
Yes,
they just act different, but they want the same shit. So it's just...
yeah, what you'll find is that any social circle that gets created by men, eventually gets invaded by women, and the women they just poach off the men who are the best looking men in those communities. So like, a Magic the Gathering. I remember playing Friday Night Magic, and then whenever there was like a woman would walk in, people would go into straight up simp mode, like hardcore. Oh my god, it would be impossible. Like she'd be like the talk of the town in the fucking store. And then what would end up happening with that? Okay, she'd find the most attractive guy in the room, sit next to him, and it would be over. Like it'd be the easiest thing ever. It happened every time. Like, it was just funny to watch like these like fat, overweight dudes, like, you know, in there fucking playing Magic the Gathering, or like looking nerd guys playing, you know, a what they call Warhammer 40K or something like that. Like, oh yeah. You know, like I'm gonna get this girl today. It's like, dude, no, she just sat right down, right next to the fucking the one Chad in the room, hung out with him all fucking night. He ended up getting her number. It was over. Like, so like they'll always insert themselves into a community and poach off the best looking men in the community at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Trying to get ethnic alternative is a fucking headache.
Yeah, if you're not good looking and white, or you're not good looking in general. I disagree. There's a guy in Disagreeable in the chat that keeps like calling me out or whatever. Dude, I'm not saying that if you're just white, it's gonna work out for you. But I am saying that a 7 out of 10 white dude can get a hot black woman easy. He can bed many of them as well, like in a row. Like my brother looks more white than I do. He looks like Jeremy Meeks. He's only thing black about my brother really is his lips. Like that's it. And I didn't even get that.
Yeah, even that quiet, nerdy anime girl once, Chad. Yeah, like I see it. I saw anime conventions all the time. I still go to anime cons, and like when you go to cons, what do you see? When you walk around, you see this ripped ass dude dressed like fucking Goku with this hot ass girl, and it's like the standard model here. Like, okay, she's dressed as Sailor Moon and shit like that, and he's dressed as Goku and walking around the con. It's like, okay, like it happens everywhere. Like they insert themselves into any community they go into. They enter into the fucking community, and they find the best looking men. And that's what they hook up with at the end of the day. You know, they don't care about the rest of them.
It ain't no Eve in that quiet nerd shit. Probably especially, to be honest, like shit, that might be worse.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, there's like stories of like literal like orgies that fucking like anime cons, dude. Like,
yeah,
true.
For Chad.
Yeah, for Chad. Yeah. Anime cons, dude. There's like so many stories you hear like on the background. Like,
why did I never go?
The
shit, I missed
hotel
out
rooms, so shit like that. People that having bang outs of chicks, you know, fucking girls and fucking anime cosplay and shit like that. Yeah, like. Let's see. Yes, they are self-hating whore. It's more than just looks. It's social conditioning.
You're right. I don't disagree with that. I do think it's social conditioning. But what you gonna do about it, bro? Like my half of my ancestors, half the Anglo-Saxons, they conquered this whole fucking planet, man. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna conquer this shit? Are you gonna program the next AI that's gonna reset everything? No. They put in the fucking work and they took over this bitch, and now they can do whatever the fuck they want with anybody. It's over, man.
Yeah, except their own women, ironically enough.
Yeah, except their own women. White women are pretty much cucking the white dudes, which I find is kind of funny. That is funny as hell. That's actually hilarious. To be the king on top of everything and then to get fucking cucked by your own women. Jesus Christ. That's gotta sting, man.
And I thought that the white ones were bad, but holy shit, the ethnic alternative girls are bar none the most difficult to bang. Especially if they are hot.
Kevin, write a goddamn book on it at this point. God.
If she's black or if she's ethnic and she's skinny and she's like intelligent, smart, guess what? Chad only. Chad only. Not Tyrone only. Chad only.
Alex Smith, why do you talk about porn, my hero? Dude, like, who gives a fuck about porn? Like, that's a fucking fantasy. Pornhub said black cock, and in the end they want Alex. Okay, I'm not reading that. If you are a nonconformist, you can't cry about it. I know I'm not going to cry about it.
Okay, good on you, man.
Yikes! Do you have any curry friend slang? Oh god.
Yeah. Do you have a saffron in your circle?
I knew a guy. He was a good guy. He had a brother that was intelligent, but he, you know how in Indian society and culture, they really emphasize, getting good grades, getting all that. Well, his brother was that way, but he wasn't that way. So the guy that I knew, he had a rough time getting women because he hanged around a lot of the white kids and stuff. He tried to get a lot of the white girls. He was like 6'3", but his face was, he had a decent face, but he was Indian. Like, that was his issue. He was Indian.
Oh, god damn.
So he got screwed. And
Did he have the accent?
Guy. No.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, he actually had a nice deep voice, but he was Indian. He was a good guy. He was tall. Had checked all the boxes, but he was Indian. So it was hard for him.
See that Medican race matters. We told you, bro.
I'd rather be that though. I'd rather be Indian or something else or past or something else because at least they have positive stereotypes. When you're black, if literally, I was literally telling, if you literally tell people, if you're black, half black, whatever the hell, look black, and you tell people, oh, I code or I do this or I build Arduino robots on the weekends or like all that, they're gonna look at you like, oh, you're lying, because there's no fucking positive stereotypes if you're a black guy.
Hold on. Now, as far as black stereotypes, you have some of, if
What?
not the best
Socially?
stereotype. Yeah. As far as women.
I don't give a fuck about socially. I'd rather have economic power because then I could buy anything I
No,
want.
we're talking about stereotypes, not talking about actual shit.
Oh, I know. But socially, I'd rather not be seen as hyper masculine, hyper aggressive, hyper whatever. I'd rather not have the stereotype of having. I would literally trade all those stereotypes for a good stereotype, just one.
The Indian phenotype can destroy you. Oh God.
Yes.
Daily F for Curry.
Like their noses and stuff. He had that nose, man. It was over.
Press F in the chat for curry cells. F in the chat.
I already did that earlier. I did it ahead of time. Just
God damn.
It's actually insane how screwed they are because I think some people always say that curry cells are at the bottom. I don't know because a lot of their women are more. I'm not gonna say that every woman is loyal to their race because they're not, but their women seem to be more loyal than the Oriental Asians. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not informed on the subject.
maybe the bar is that goddamn low at this point. I don't know.
A whole lot of F in the chat. My God.
Man, I thought I'd be a lot more controlled. Usually, I'm like if it's like math or something, I'm usually like really smooth. But when it comes to the black pill stuff, my nerves get really bad. I talk really fast.
That's
Sorry,
fine, dog. It's cool. I like having new people on for sure. It's good to hear people's stories and stuff like that because I'm, it's hard to get a good lay of the land from like your own little community, obviously, or from your own little town, like where you're from. It's like it's good to get like you got people from the Midwest and from the Northeast and stuff like that from the South. Like it's good to get a lay of the land. I know a lot of people living. I think Black Pill J lives in California or something like that, so it's good to hear that stuff from him as well because like he gives me a good perspective of like, okay, like the West Coast is different from the East Coast. Because in the East Coast, like they care a lot about money over here. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like you got to be successful. You got to have the on top of looks. You have to be good looking and successful. Okay, like you can't just have the looks.
yeah, all men, don't matter if you're white or anything. It's like success is on the forefront. Like, yeah, you get some slack depending on what you are, but you definitely need to have success, or you're gonna be as a loser. You're gonna be a loser if you're an average guy making $60K a year, which is good money. You're a loser.
Yeah, I believe the average black man makes what 42. I forgot what Kevin Tim always says, 42K or something like that. So
yeah, and half of us are like, what is it, single and have no children?
Yeah, the other half have kids.
No, wasn't it? Yeah, and then like another 30% are married, so they're left like literally 20% banging out all the rest of the children.
Yeah.
So like literally falls to Pareto and shit.
Ron Wills said that Ron Wills, I think he's kind of a he's kind of a grifter, but I think he actually believes stuff he says. He says if you look at a lot of the guys that are in the black community that are having kids, not a lot of them are good looking. I'm like, I mean I kind of agree, but I don't know. They're thug maxed. They're lambs. Thank you, Jack. They're lambs maxed.
You're welcome. I'm glad I can make memes to enhance my community. Shit.
I do see a lot of Sikhs with their own women, but they weren't ugly either. They would rather date the drug dealer than the guy who's legit making $80K a year.
Yikes.
Oh, that's basically a homosexual in a sense. A dangerous dude that they can have power over. Kind of like a roller coaster and shit. You have simulated danger. Well, sometimes simulated, but whatever.
Yeah, women like to have power over guys. If you ever seen a ugly women play video games and MMOs or RPGs, you think they'd make like a male character or like a female character and all that, but they'll make the sexiest character they can, put them in the skimpiest clothing because it's a power fantasy for them. Being a beautiful woman having control over a guy, having men kill themselves and file over you in real life, because I do that in real life, is a power fantasy for them. They want that to happen. And
Yeah, I think I talked about this last stream or 2 streams ago, but like I think Barbarossa or somebody made a video about how like the female power fantasy is like doing everything wrong, cheating with a dude, doing horrible things to a man, but still getting the Chad in the end. So like they can be a big of a whore, so what do they want to be? They can be like fat, they can be this, they can be that, but like still getting the guy in the end. So it's like doing everything wrong and still having your life turn out great. Whereas for a manpower fantasy, it's like, being honorable and doing the right thing and being strong and stuff like that, and helping people out and being a hero effectively. So it's like, it's crazy how like there's a huge divergence in like what men and women really want at the end of the day when it comes to power fantasy. Like, all anime is really just a male power fantasy to some extent when you actually look at it. Like,
yeah, a lot of guys though are not that guy. A lot of guys are, I don't know how to say this. I'm being like a complete dickhead. Or a lot of guys are really not that nice. They're not. A lot of guys aren't dedicated. A lot of guys are not that. I think a lot of dudes are good-hearted, but for some reason they, in life, the way they're raised or their circumstances, they become very bitter, or they become just corrupted or something. Like the Hunchback of Notre Dame scenario. When you're ugly, and it's like a negative feedback loop, or a positive negative feedback loop. Like if you're ugly and things go bad for you, you're going to become a rotten person, which is unfortunate. It's true though.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, it only makes sense. Like, you wouldn't expect a human being who's been treated like shit his whole life to end up being like a nice person. Like, why the hell would you expect that?
Yeah, but there are some dudes that are, some of the nicest guys I've met are Chads, and some of the worst guys I've met are Chads. Unironically, I don't know why that dynamic comes out. If I really had to think about it, I would think it's because they have no repercussions for their actions because they're Chad, so they can pretty much act how they want. So if a good Chad is actually a good person, but a bad Chad is definitely just a horrible person. And I've met those guys.
Like you said, either way, they don't get punished for it. Like, it's like those it's like that atomic black pill experiment. That dude was after like a child predator online. Yeah, like, I got charges, man. Like, so what? And women were still throwing themselves at him and shit.
I wonder if they're good against the odds, though. Like, if you were to turn that Chad into like the Hunchback or grotesque looking person, would they still be a good person? Would they be a good person against the odds? That's a wonderful. I think about that.
Shit, probably not.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't.
Still a fucking normal human being on the inside.
You only pay attention to thugs, chill black men, don't get attention, and skewed your reality. But I will add this: I'm Caribbean, so I don't have the pure American experience.
Do you live in the Caribbean, or like what are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, even in high school, like the guys who are doing sports, the guys who had like a little bit of that edge to them, a little more of that bruh talk, a little more of that slang talk, whatever the hell you want to call it. Those are the guys getting laid. I mean, yeah, they were good looking, but like even the guys that were, like sevens, they could kind of do that stuff and they could get laid. Like, come on, man. It's not, when I say thugs, I don't mean like gun-toting, just gun-toting guys. I mean guys who act arrogant as well. Super arrogant. And you know what I'm talking about.
Out of fairness, I'll say all women are looking for that fucking stereotype from us, including our own women, which is like what fucks it up completely. So
true. I think all women. I think not all women are looking for a thug, but I think all women like that aggression, that Chad aggression. They want Chad to have aggression.
Right here, what women want. Just look at the dating novel, the romance novel. This is what they want. They want alien captain's claimed bride, daddy's virgin, the bear, love storm. You look at all these Chads. Look at how strong they are, and it's like
they want the criminal that makes an exception for them.
Yeah, exactly. They want that. They want the Chad pirate who's nice to them only. All this weird shit down here. Trained at the gym. Like, come on, man. Like, kiss.
Wait, hold on. The gym works? Oh my god.
Yeah, look at some of these titles, dude. Trained at the gym. Like, Jesus
Christ.
Leave me breathless. Like, look at all these fucking romance novels. This is what women want. Like, blazing hot. They want fireman Chad. Okay. Like,
365 days about a literal kidnapper and shit.
Outlaw, the naked alien, fucking alien Chad. Green alien Chad. Like, come on. The same shit. Secret keeper, Chad with a hat on, like marine child. They want Chad with a businessman Chad with 2 kids. Like, set the night on fire. They want fireman Chad again. Like, look, magically mated. They want Chad with
Dog pill.
Hold
Animal pill.
on. Wait. Go to magically made it. Go to the bottom right. Dog pill. God damn it! Right there.
You look in the middle. It's bear pill. Bear pill. Bear pill.
Shadow Beast Shifters Reborn. They want Angel. They're the angel that the devil Chad likes some shit. I don't fucking know, dude. They want the same shit, fucking shit, dude. And you want Alien Chad's the best one. Look at the shit. Fucking green fucking dude. The naked alien. What kind of fucking name's Honey? This is obviously like what they call it, the pseudonym for the thing, like exposed to the elements. It's like, okay. Sins of the demon. They want a Lovecraftian Chad.
Literal trans-dimensional Lovecraftian evil god Chad. Like,
Tentacle Chad.
Tentacle, oh god. Bitten Crescent City wolves. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Jesus Christ.
It's the same shit, dude.
And a 6-pack on every cover, but whatever.
Yeah, like, come on. Like they want that's what they really want. Like,
now whoever made that list is kind of sus, but it's true.
yeah, I found it on the internet. Can't believe that.
Like, I was thinking, like, all right, bro, who actually went through all that shit?
Yeah, but I think, the novels, society speaks for itself. Life is the black pill. Shout out, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Life is the black pill.
Yeah, I don't know how people can keep on the keep up the hope, the copium, the hopium, what do you want to call it, hopium, like they just keep on hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping. It's like, wait, what the fuck? It's like,
I think they're lying.
How could you possibly be this like enthusiastic about life to some extent? Like, don't get me wrong now, like, I still have some, like, you can't just walk around here hopeless fucking mess of a man. Like, you gotta have something in your heart, but dang, dude, like, you can't walk around fucking like halfway delusional either. Alien Chad. They only want bad boys, Stacy. Foids are such a joke, man. There's a Chad Navy SEALs book in Amazon. You are making me want to drop out of society. I'm trying not to.
No, don't drop out of society. Get a STEM degree. Make money. Like hydraulics.
No, it's okay to drop out of society. You just drop into overseas. That's it.
Yeah, you need to make money. Like, a lot of people like rotting. Like, no, forget that. You make money and then better your life. Do that. I mean, you can rot if you want to, but rot in a Lambo.
Now, yeah, fuck that. Y'all need to stop fucking around and just leave. Like, even if you get somebody over here, you really gonna like enjoy it with all these fucked up laws?
I think Richard Cope is right about like a couple of things. Like, I think that a lot of black pillars do focus too much on women. Like, I think you need to focus on your money, focus on making your life better, learn stuff. I think the human brain can like deteriorate really quick if you don't apply your knowledge. If you're not using critical thinking skills, you need to keep doing that. It's like going to the gym. You need to keep going to the gym, or your muscles are going to just, go back to square one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all right. Not that I'm going to discuss this issue and summon him and shit, because I know it's probably going to fucking happen. It's like, yeah, all this stuff's cool, but like, it's not like directly what people want on one level. And it's like people distracting themselves because they can't get what they actually fucking want and shit. Like,
true. I mean, yeah.
It's like I said, like, a lot of men, like, if they just had a fucking bachelor pad and a wife, they'd be fucking cool. That's probably how humanity lived for like ages.
That's true. But after they get that, then they need to start, learning and then doing that. I mean, they don't have to, but in my opinion, that is the logical course of action, because then you have to provide for your family just as your ancestors did for their family.
Yeah, but I mean, before you get to that point, doing all that stuff, if you don't have, like,
no, it's pointless. It's pointless. If you don't have the
like,
girl,
it's just a whole bunch of like aimless mission for the sake of mission. It's like a fucking Bethesda game and shit.
Yeah, it's doing all the side quests and not doing the main story. Yeah, but I think that it's if you're really black pilled and it's over, like if you're 5'1", if I was 5'1", I would really accept the fact that it's over. Like, I'd just get a surrogacy if I really wanted a kid. But if you're really black pilled, then you should actually try to better your life and stop chasing women. Like, Yeah, or you can ride. I mean, I don't even know. Like, if
Bro,
you can ride, or you can just get the rope.
Here's one thing Copra's never gonna get. There's no good way to be a fucking eunuch, man. Like straight up. Like if you've literally never had sex, there's no way to make your life good. You could just make it less bad. Like that's the real shit, man. I cannot.
I know when I was sorry.
No, go ahead.
I know when I was when you're a virgin, especially when you're like late teens, like that's all you can really think about. Like, man, time is passing me by. And in my case, the black pill actually may have helped in this regard, because I knew that, old cells are real, and like it doesn't get easier when you're older. It only gets harder. What's up, last? My comment.
Bro, I'm fucking 29. Don't shit get easy. I'll tell you.
You already know what I'm on, last. You already know.
Oh, what's up?
But
What's up, last?
When you're a virgin, that's all you can think about a lot of the time. Like, that's like it can fuck with your head. It can really fuck with your head. And I understand a lot of guys probably can't let it go. My best advice to you is get the money, pay an escort. I know you're not going to experience their actual love or whatever the hell. It's just not going to happen. Just buy the escort, fill the insides, and that's it. Move on.
Yeah, this is something I wanted to mention when Jack Tissel was talking last weekend. Like, if I had ever been in a situation that he had been in with that hot Stacy, I don't even know what I would be able to do. Like, with all of my inhibition and all of my like mental baggage, like I'd probably just freak out.
Yeah.
Because I had never, being 31 and never being in a situation like that, it does mess with your head. You kind of start doubting everything you do.
Yeah, because you like basically failed your own standards at life and shit.
Tim the Cyborg had a really good or Tim, I think I forgot what the channel is now. I think it's Tim the Cyborg. He had a pretty good video on this. I think he called it like you missed the dance lessons. Like you missed so many early like developmental milestones in your life that you really can't go back and like redo that. Obviously, you just can't go back in time. So like you can't go back and like fix the damage that's already been done. Like if you miss like those, your first kiss or your first this or your first that, like that's all supposed to happen like really early on in life. So it's almost like being a lawyer and you're first starting out and you make a few mistakes. Okay, well, people accept that stuff when you're early on, but if you become like a lawyer for 10 years and you still make the same mistakes when you're young, like people don't expect you to like make those same mistakes when you're older. So like women are going to expect certain things from you as you age. And if you can't do those things, because you never had the experience of doing them, you're just going to look weird or be extremely awkward doing it. So like you just missed the dance lessons at the end of the day. You never showed up to the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like going to war. You never been to boot camp. Like, of course you're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
They'll know from your
behavior.
I
remember reading oh, sorry.
Oh, you go ahead, man. You go ahead.
No, I remember reading an article. I don't know. This was like, 5-6 years ago. I don't know how true it is, but the article was pretty much saying that you basically remain at the mental level that you lost your virginity at. And if you never do, well, you're basically like stuck in this like arrested development to where you never developed.
Permanent sexual adolescence. That's the new normal going forward. Like you can't run a society on that shit.
And I can I'll be 100% honest. I can see with myself, like I can see like just compared to how I act and compared to how everyone around me acts, like it's like night and day. Like it was like I would actually have people on my old job saying like come up to me and was like, yeah, you've never had like sex before, have you? And like, yeah, how could you tell? And just by how you, like your demeanor, like how you act, how you carry yourself. I'm like, it's really that obvious? But yeah, it is that obvious.
There's a weight lifted off your shoulders. I feel that for sure. I'm more focused. Like I'm reading over concrete mathematics for fun. And I just like before I would read a book, I could probably get to like page 150, but I'd have interruptions of my thought process. But now I'm more focused.
Literal life fuel, like I literally fueled this man's life and shit. whatever.
How do you act last? Somebody, Hayashi, asked that question to you.
Oh, what's going on?
He asked, "How do you act?"
How do I
How
act?
do you act? Yeah. What makes you stand
Well,
out?
you see-
Basically, how they tell.
I
You
mean,
sure?
you hear how yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm that. No, I'm just like try to keep to myself, and like you hear the way I talk just on here. This is how I talk, just normal, like stuttering, not really sure what to say, always trying to figure out what to say next, just kind of unsure about myself. Like I wanted to ask Black Ronan last weekend. I don't know if if it would be appropriate. Like just by my demeanor and how I've talked, like what he's heard of me say, or how he hears me talk. Like if I have like any latent autistic characteristics or traits, because I was actually like diagnosed, or it was they tried to diagnose me with it, but then they said like no, I don't have it. But I don't know if it was a misdiagnosed or not. They instead diagnosed me with BDP and dysthymia.
Do you like shapes?
I'll have to add some stuff here.
Yeah, go ahead, Drox.
Yeah, because I kind of get where Lass is coming from. I may have been the same way at least 10 years ago. So there is that. And there's a certain, projection of confidence per se, like in your voice, whether you had it or you hadn't. And for most of us, it's like, yeah, it's so hard to get these days. I get where Lass is coming from. But then ultimately, you got to shift your mind from getting or, focusing on, getting some snuggles aspect. And once you realize like life is not necessarily all about that, you know, what was the word I was looking for? Maybe even Black Ronan can attest, but, the world is full of either you're a predator or you're a sheep, right? And I guess after a while, at least for me in my experience, I could tell people that are sheep and people that are, wolves, so to speak. And you gotta understand, like you gotta project that wolf image, otherwise people will take advantage of you no matter where you are or what you are, irrespective to the snuggles aspect. You know what I mean? So when people try to take advantage of you, you gotta like stand up for yourself, you got to project some, quote unquote confidence in your voice. I know it's a meme now, but irrespective to the snuggles aspect, yeah, it's just a life
Yeah,
thing.
I've
People
always
will
been
take
told
it.
I'm like a people pleaser.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You can't be that. Like, you can't be someone's bitch.
Yeah, it's sort of like the video I want to did on the voice cell or voice shit. Like you're breaking rapport, or seeking rapport, and it's like you're constantly doing seeking rapport. It's like you're constantly going to sound like a valley girl, upward inflection, constantly sounding like you don't know what you're talking about, constantly doing this, and it's like, okay, well, people are going to like people like whether they like it or not, subconsciously or consciously, people are looking at you saying, okay, I'm not going to trust what this guy says because like he's not really like there's no confidence, there's no base, there's nothing in his voice making me feel confident. Even like the worst fucking leader on the face of the planet could like rally an army, even though he's fucking wrong as fuck, as long as he sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, look at the speeches Adolf would give, impassionate, inflamed, just flailing his arms around like a madman, even though what he was saying was like it was like total garbage. Everyone was like, well, if he's so convicted and believes in it, then I guess I believe in it too.
Yeah, and yesterday I think Oreo Cell joined. I'm sorry, but like the moment he spoke, it was like, okay, I know his suffering. This guy's
And he was
not
short.
projecting anything. Yeah, and like people will pick up on that, like especially Thug Max criminals. Like I think they're experts on it, right? Like, oh, how can I use this guy to my advantage, kind of thing.
Yeah, sociopathic behavior.
Yeah, and it was like one of the other YouTube comments. I think it was about lookism. in hiring practice. I used to do door-to-door sales like way back in the day, and that was like a black pill eye opener for me. It taught me like how to talk to people. You could literally just tell how people think about you based on your voice, the way you look, and certain things.
I was short. I was short at one point. That's why I keep bringing up the height. I was short. I was 5'4" in middle school. Your appearance really determines how people are going to treat you. If you try to, like, Oreo Cell was very quiet, and I bet his height played into that. When I was 5'4" in, like, I think like the ninth grade, I couldn't talk up. If you speak up, people look at you like what the hell is this guy doing? What the hell is this guy doing? Why does he have any confidence? Why is he saying anything? No one takes you seriously. No one takes you seriously at all.
As another short cell, I can attest to that. Kind of trying to be in the background and not talk too much. And what's messed up is when I see another short man, try to be like a part of the crowd. It's messed up. I'm thinking, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm saying like there is that aspect. It is true that shorter people are disrespected, but I'm just saying you don't need to like go out of your way to be like try to be accepted or whatever. It's like you got to recognize the situations where maybe I'm getting disrespected. Like you can't let that happen to you. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I tried running the Jester Mexican game and it didn't work. So
Oh god, no.
Yeah, never do that shit.
Yikes.
That's back when I was like still a blue pill. I mean, just thinking about some of the stuff I would do makes me cringe. Oh my god.
Like Face is starting pretty soon, actually. 5:30.
In theory.
Oh,
In
Face
theory.
is actually having one today.
Gonna stream pretty soon, actually. I'm surprised I have 45 people or 40 people in here at one point. What the fuck?
You still have 40 people. I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I think the average has been 45 all day or some shit.
Yeah.
Damn, so I've been working on a video. This one's gonna be long. It's like probably 30 minutes. But yeah, if Face is streaming, I gotta record this because it might some good stuff.
Your Russian video did quite well. Congratulations.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck's going on? Because I posted it, and then usually I'm expecting maybe like 100 views in a couple of days. It's like 1,000 views over in a week. I'm like, what the hell?
Holy shit. Wait, what videos are you making about, like the black pill or?
Yeah, just dark humor, black pill.
Okay.
The one I'm working on now is probably depressing. I finished the first section last night. I was like, man, this is pain.
Damn.
You gotta put your heart into it, man.
Oh, I saw the news yesterday. What was it? Kim Jong-un outlawed K-pop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I literally just saw that shit.
Yikes.
So I was like, yeah, I found a couple of good clips. I was like, yeah, this gotta go. King of Garbage, thanks. 10 out of 10. I thought it was fucking entertaining. I was just laughing my ass off.
Wait, how bad? Hold on, how much is it affecting North Korean society where he already had a ban on it and had to like reban the shit harder? Like, what's going on?
That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. Because I think anyone caught was like sentenced to 5 years. Now he's like, K-pop is cancer. Like, put him in hard labor for 15.
Like at that point, it's just in for a penny, in for a pound. They just gonna like do it anyway. 5 and 15, like same shit. Why not?
I wonder what his thought process is on how he runs North Korea.
Basically, if it keeps me fat and fed, I'm good.
Yeah, this doesn't seem productive. I think under right management, he could actually. Yeah, well, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to get killed.
Oh,
really?
no,
Really? He's gonna send some fucking assassin to the United States, please.
No. So I've read a few things on this, right? What was I gonna say? So the most or the worst thing that a dictator fears is like his own demise, right?
Yeah.
And so in recent, at least I don't know, it's not as recent, but you look at all the dictators that went out, and so like Mussolini and Hitler were tight, but then Mussolini was like caught out in the streets, and the crowd literally like butchered him and his mistress, and dragged his dead body across the town hall, strung him up, and that like put literally Hitler in terror. And the way he went out is like, okay, I'm gonna go out on my own term, and supposedly committed suicide and had his body like cremated. So
Hitler's
at least,
control. Sorry.
yeah, he had control over how he went out essentially.
That's great.
And then, yeah, and then I think when the Arab Springs happened, what was it? The leader of Syria, Assad, like he was like, "Fuck Egypt, I'm not going out like that." So the FSA and the Free Syrian Army and the regime, like it was just war, right? He wasn't gonna give up straight up. And then if you look at Gaddafi, when he was like captured, like that put fear into Kim Jong Un, I'm sure. And so, like, why do you think all these dictators want nukes? It's like it's for their survival, literally. It's like if they can get nukes, they can guarantee that they can't be touched.
Yeah. They certify their control. Endless rule.
Yeah, so that's why I guess Iran and the Ayatollah Khomeini and their regime and everyone else that's, quote unquote dictator or dictatorship, they're all gonna strive for nukes.
Hell yeah, you're not a first world country till you have nukes. Otherwise, you're just a temporary. If you don't have nukes, then you're gonna get Gaddafi.
Nah, you're gonna get America to spread our democracy and freedom so we can get that oil.
Yeah, that's what happened to Gaddafi.
Yeah, sweet oil bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Pinochet and Noriega, they were all puppets, and they got taken out as soon as it became inconvenient for the U.S.
Yeah, and Saddam.
Including Saddam, yeah. That's why Saddam was trying to get nukes too, but he just never got there, before he could stop. Or he was stopped before he could.
Like face starts in 2 minutes. Anyone? So we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Go to Face's stream.
Yep.
All right, so let's do some last words here. All right, Enrique, you have to get me here last. So Enrique, you got any last words for us, dude?
Peace. Later.
All right, my dude. See you next time. Drolix, last words.
Stay based.
All right, guys. I'll see you all guys in the Face stream. So, all right. Last words.
Just take it easy and cope well.
All right, buddy boy. I'll see you next time. Yikes. Last words.
Dude, just try. You don't have to rot. Just try in life. I mean, dude, it's over. So just try. Okay, bye.
All right, dude. And Jack Nickelback, my dude. Last words.
Yeah, let me put out this long ass PSA. Naturally, you've heard of fellow black cells during this Black Cell Week, so go out and hug a manlet today. Let them know that someone cares.
All right, there you go.
No homo though, because we don't flow like that.
There you go. Perfect. All right, see you next time. Remove that. All right, let's read some comments real quick before I hop over there. Has he started yet? Let me open up a stream. Probably gonna start pretty soon. Face and LMF. Where's he at? Face. Let me type it a second. Face, and I don't know why I can't see it. $5:30. Is he live? He's live. Okay. Not live yet. Should be waiting for Face and LMF. Okay. So, any last words in the chat? Let's see what we got here. Don't rot, just try. Face and BBC. Nah, man, just rot. It's over. Yeah, the table's a short stream. We'll try to do a long one next Sunday. So I'll let you guys know how the second date goes with this girl. See how it goes. It says waiting for him. Yeah, I still see that. Of course, he's always fucking late. He's never fucking on time. All right, I'll see you guys in the. I'll be in the comment section reading of Face's stream, just chat and stuff like that. So I will see you guys there. All right, peace out. Yeah, late in LMS. What do you know?